Hey guys, Roxanne Thursday, and today I am going to be doing episode 3 of Back to School. Yeah, this is the official Back to School dance. Yeah, it'll catch on, don't worry. But today I am doing episode 3 of Back to School, as I just said, and this was again a requested video by one of my subscribers and followers on Instagram. My Instagram is roxybomb2002. No spaces, no underscores, nothing like that. It's just roxybomb2002. And my profile picture is well, it's like a bomb with my name on it, and then a green background. I don't know how to describe it. It's a logo that I designed. But yeah, so go follow me on Instagram if you're not already, because you can suggest videos and I will actually do them as proof of this video. So this person suggested, can you show us the book you are taking to school? And I thought, okay, because I asked some people and they were like, yeah, I'll do that video. So I'm gonna do that video now. So what I would have taken to school if I hadn't finished it recently was this book called Goth Girl and Fate Worse Than Death. And it's quite a good book. You know, there's a little book at the back, and it's quite funny. It has references to things like, because it's about, some of it is about like a bake-off. They've got like characters from Great British Bake Off, and like, you know, the hairy bikers, they called like the hairy hikers instead of the bikers. It's really funny, and they just like change things like that. And there's also like a painting competition, and they like change the Mona Lisa to the Mona Lucy, stuff like that. It's just really funny. It's a really good book, so I suggest you read it. So I accidentally, on purpose, finished this book just so I could read the book that I'm taking to school, and it's from W.H. Smith, but you can probably get it anywhere because it's a really well-known book, and that is, boom, this book. And this is Anne Frank, Diary of a Young Girl. And I was wondering, what book should I take to school? I was thinking about like another one of this, but I didn't really, like, I read a bit and then I stopped and then I read the rest. I don't really like books like that because they don't hook me from the start. It's like I have to take a break from the book and then read the rest. So I wanted to get a different book, and my mum suggested this book. And then that was just before I was asleep, and I was thinking about the books, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a really good idea. Went to sleep. Next day we went shopping. We looked at different genres of books, different authors, all stuff like that. But I knew from when we walked in the shop that I did really want to read this book, so I was kind of looking for it, but I couldn't find it. And then, you know, when we got to the point where we were looking at books that I didn't really want to read, like, I don't really want to read the John Green books like Fault in Our Stars and Paper Towns, and then we were looking at them and I was like, yeah, let's just look for the Anne Frank book. So we looked at the history books, we looked at the World War books, didn't find it there, looked around the next aisle and we found it there in like in between all of the Great Gatsby books. It's lucky my mum spotted it because we were just about to walk off because we couldn't find it, but my mum spotted it just in time. There were about 3 or 4 different versions of the books, edited by some people, like some different people, or translated. Well, I think they was translated by the same person, but there was also less and more detail in different books. I was going to do Eeny Meeny Miny Moe, but then we noticed that it was edited by Otto H. Frank. Well, I noticed, and that's a family member of Anne Frank, and I thought, you know, he was there, so he would know how to edit the diary. And it also has more detail than the other one, and it has just like 3 pages of pictures as well of like her and her family and the place that they hid stuff like that. So I wanted that as well. But basically, the plot of this book, it wasn't intended to be a book. It's about a young girl called Anne Frank. She's 13, and it really did happen. This really is a girl called Anne Frank's diary. And if you haven't heard of Anne Frank, then I don't know where you've been. Like, where have you been? Come on, what the hell? But because there's like been 35 million copies like sold of this book, so it's really popular. And basically, during the war, she was a Jew, her family was Jews, and Hitler didn't like them, which is really mean, and I'm glad that Hitler's dead. Oh, yay, bye Hitler. But it's about her, it starts off her just like talking about her friends, which ones she likes. She's actually quite judgmental about them. She's kind of like me. Yeah, she's kind of like me when it comes to talking about friends. She was a bit cheeky. But she's like, I don't really like this person, it's just like so weird and everything. And it kind of shows that her life was really normal, but it changed. They went into hiding because, of course, they were looking for the Jews and they were sending them to concentration camps. And it kind of changes. And I'm on page 63, I accidentally started reading it because my mum said I could start reading it. But I've stopped reading it now. I've made myself start reading it and saving it for actually what I bought it for school, because it's just really good. And it's about a girl and Anne Frank, and she gets captured then. I think they get grassed on by someone and they get sent to the concentration camp, and spoiler alert, okay, you probably already know, she does die, and her sister, and it's really sad, but she sent a really positive vibe that is still here today. And her diary was translated because, of course, she was in Germany. She would have wrote and spoke in German, and it was translated into English, and it's in diary entries. Like you can see, it's like Tuesday 25th of March 1943, and it's a really, really good book. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm gonna honestly say, never have I actually read a book and from the first paragraph I was literally hooked on it. I absolutely love this book. It's probably, I don't know because of the Harry Potter books and stuff like that, but it's probably gonna be my favourite book, or definitely on the top list, but I'm not sure because there's the Harry Potter books there, and I don't know about that. I don't know whether I can move them down on my list or something like that, but I don't know. I really, really like this book so far. I recommend you to get it and read it. I kind of know what already happens because we learned briefly about her in primary school, and I've read about her and everything like that, and my mum's told me about it before as well when I was younger. So I kind of knew what was going to happen when I started reading this book. So comment down below. I don't know if any of my subscribers have, but if you've read this and didn't know the story, if you got sort of a different view on the book, because I don't know whether it'd be different or not, because I already knew what was going to happen. It's kind of like when people forget to put spoiler alerts in front of things, like, yeah, spoiler alert, Dumbledore dies. Spoiler alert about that, by the way. Oops. And you kind of know what happens, and you're just like, oh, I'll just read this, but it's kind of a different experience to people who didn't actually know. So comment down below if you have read this and you had a different view on this, if you hadn't already known about his story. So that is the book that I'm taking to school. Yeah, it's a good book, it's an awesome book. I recommend it for you guys. The last episode of Back to School is coming very, very soon. So thanks for watching, guys. It's been Roxanne 2002. Bye.